Hey y'all, it's Sheila. I hope you're having a great day. I just filmed what's in my purse and what wasn't in my purse. And mentioned briefly former business. And I remembered something the other week. I was in a store locally and ran into someone that had worked there. She ran up and we hugged and reminisced and chatted. And then she said, "You remember that possum?" I said, "Oh, yes, I remember that possum." I'm going to tell y'all about that possum. Living out here in the country, we have all kinds of wildlife. But I never expected to have a wildlife issue in a healthcare facility. In this particular type of healthcare facility, you had a yearly inspection. You didn't know when it was going to happen. It could be a 3-month span, and I got to work one morning and in walked in the state. I didn't worry a whole lot about those inspections. The staff was wonderful, wonderful staff in that building, and we all tried to the absolute best of our ability to do things by the state rules and regulations. But this lady that I ran into in this store was terrified of teeth. I mean, she was just absolutely terrified of teeth, false teeth. She would go in a room, and if the resident had their false teeth in their denture cup with the lid off, she would just, she'd tell somebody, "Can you go in there and put the lid on those teeth so I can go back in that room?" We're in the middle of this inspection. They were in the kitchen. One of the state inspectors was in the kitchen going through the food storage, going through viewing food preparation, our menus. One was in one of our living rooms going through medical records. There were 4 of them scattered throughout the building doing their job. And this employee, my office door was always open, came in my office, shut the door, and I'm like, "What? What's wrong?" She said, "We have a varmint." I said, "Do what?" "We have a varmint in room so-and-so." I said, "What do you mean we have a varmint?" Now, keep in mind, pest control had been there that day, and the state interviewed him and asked him what he did, blah, blah, blah. That was another rule. You had to have monthly pest inspection, and we did. They interviewed him. They were pleased with what he said. He showed them the bait boxes and things outside, told them what he did in the building. The chemicals he was using were safe for humans. So this employee coming in telling me we have a varmint. I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "There is a varmint in room so-and-so." Now, this particular room, a resident had just moved out. His wife and his wife's sister were with us, and he had a surgical procedure where he needed rehab, and he wanted to be with us. Let's just say Mr. Paul had a hair problem. Mr. Paul was a sharp-dressed man. You rarely ever saw him that he was not in dress attire. And he wore a toupee. Well, Mr. Paul had moved out, and she was going through the room, doing things we did. We always cleaned the carpet. We painted if need be, washed all the walls, thoroughly cleaned everything to get it ready for our next guest. I said, "There's no way we have a varmint in this building. Are you talking about a mouse?" She said, "No, we have a possum. It's under the sink." I said, "Oh no. There is no way a possum got in this building unless a resident brought it in. And we don't have any residents out making friends with possums." You flipped your lid. She said, "I barely escaped with my life. That thing almost bit me." I had just went to the kitchen and got myself a nice tall glass of ice water. I said, "Here, drink this water and calm down. I'm going down there to see what's in that room." I walked in that room, walked in that bathroom, opened the vanity under the sink. Yeah, it might have looked like a possum at a glance. It might have. It was that color. It was Mr. Paul's nighttime toupee. He had a toupee for daytime and a toupee for nighttime. He didn't ever want to be seen without his hair. So at night he put on his older toupee. When he left, he forgot to get his older toupee from under the sink. I picked up that toupee and rolled it up and stuck it under my shirt and walked down the hall with my arms crossed and went back in the office and jerked it out, and she screamed. I said, "It's hair. It's hair. It's Mr. Paul's toupee. He left one of his toupees here." And she says, "That thing almost bit me." It was good to see her. It was good to reminisce and catch up with her. But yeah, we had a varmint problem. Now not only is she afraid of teeth, she's afraid of toupees. Y'all have a great day. Make it a great day. And I'll see y'all later.